Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, CS is present, governors, colleagues, assalamu alaikum. Fikiri bado simekula sana hapa. Your Excellency, I want to take this opportunity to welcome you to BBG. I know you are not new. I know you have always had the pastoralist issue at heart, but this youth group, which was started in 1998, and I'm sure you are familiar with a bit of the history and the making of BBG, is a group that has brought together residents from a number of counties. And in terms of the landmass, I'm sure you know 89% of the landmass of the Republic of Kenya. This group represents almost 6% of the population, and they own 70% of the livestock, with a membership of both the Senate and the National Assembly of almost over 100 plus. But I must admit that this is the most disorganized group in the political dispensation of the Republic of Kenya. The most disorganized because if you look at their numbers, their geographical position and everything else, properly organized, this could be a very effective group. Your Excellency, the reasons why we have, if the government develops 89% of the Republic of Kenya, basically means you have developed the whole of Kenya. One of the things that has affected this group, Your Excellency, is the issue of livestock marketing. During the colonial time, we used to have an organized livestock marketing routes. We used to have cattle migration routes. We used to have holding grounds, and KMC used to function. Your Excellency, the other day when you were in Baringo, I watched something. One of the colleagues said here, cattle rustling started after 1974. The question is, why was cattle rustling not there during the colonial time, and why is it rampant? Your Excellency, one of the things that has exacerbated and increased cattle rustling, which is actually the talk all over, is because of lack of livestock marketing. Your Excellency, the camel herder in my constituency has only one source of market, that is Ethiopia and Djibouti. And therefore what has flourished right now are commercial cattle rustlers who benefit from that particular market. What they do is they steal from here, take them across the border, export them or sell them to the other parts. Your Excellency, one of the things that we will be bleeding with you, and I know you will give us an opportunity to plan, is how to have a number of abattoirs in some of these counties, so that the cattle owner, the camel owner, the sheep owner can find, like now Wajir, Your Excellency, we have the second largest airport. Wajir can supply actually meat to the whole world. What it requires is a functioning abattoir. Your Excellency, the other bit which has affected, of course the issue of climate change is something that affects everybody. The other bit that has affected is the issue of perennial drought. Your Excellency, one of the things that you have been to a number of countries, a country like Spain is almost as, is a desert. A country like Saudi Arabia, Israel, Jordan, and many other countries. What they have done is, and I hope that policy that you have announced the other day will be implemented, is to harvest rainwaters actually from the torrential waters. If that is done, it can either be in the form of ponds or dams. Some of these things, the issue of food security will not be a problem. Your Excellency, we as a community, and I've used the word we are disorganized, because if every now and then we have problems in our backyard, and we invite for your attention, we invite you to come and solve, it is the high time that we as the leadership, we own and say and pronounce ourselves that we have challenges in our backyards, challenges that never used to be there during the colonial time, and say never again will this be used as an impediment by the policy planners, by the government, because every time when a minister comes, it's insecurity. This clan has clashed with this. This group has stolen from this. I think it's also we need to make that commitment that we need to get rid of this from our backyards. Equally, Your Excellency, this is a political country. I remember one time in 1999 we went with you for a program called the Visitors Program, and one of the states in America that we visited was Utah, the Salt Lake City. And there was a demonstration, I don't know whether you remember, by members of the Mormon Church and the county officials. They wanted to demonstrate how it's a desert, complete desert, how conventional rain or artificial rain has been used in that particular part of the world, and Utah now is one of the most developed. Your Excellency, if we borrow those examples, coupled with what happens in Israel and these other countries, I feel that within the next 10 years, inshallah, this region that has complained of lack of development, lack of appreciation, will see a facelift. Equally, because resources are also devolved, it's high time that we also as the leadership go back to our respective areas and also properly utilize what we have. Your Excellency, on behalf of this group, we want to plead with you to operationalize the Equalization Fund. The Equalization Fund is a constitutional issue. I know this has been a topical issue. It has not been implemented. We want to plead with you under your leadership. The money must be somewhere. I'm sure it must be one of the issues that you'll discover very soon, how it was used and how it was not used. If it is still intact and the timeline is running, we want to plead with you to operationalize that particular facility so that these brothers and sisters of yours from these disadvantaged regions can also benefit and get development that will take them at par with other regions. Finally, Your Excellency, this is a political country. We as Muslims, we believe in something called predestination. God plans everything. It's by the grace of God that you are the President of the Republic of Kenya, the 5th President. This reality must dawn on everybody. Those who have not accepted this, I think are living in their own world. And will be fighting God. And therefore, we want to ask you, we want to request you, as you have always done, and you know this group has always been abused because of different reasons. We shall never accept that particular scenario. Our government is this. This is the 5th President. This is the President the people of Kenya have chosen. This is the will of God. And therefore, any other imagination at this stage, you will be fighting your own Mecca. And you know you can't fight your own Mecca. So let's accept. In Parliament, I can assure you, and I speak here as the longest serving member of Parliament, policies that add value to our people, regardless of what somebody else thinks, will always be on our fingertips, and we will support it. And you know, we fear nobody, we only fear Allah. So we will support, and that is our desire. And for you, when you plan, and I'm sure you're already planning, because some of the things that I'm seeing in the policy dispensations, hoping that some of the Mandarins who have been derailing this will not have their way in derailing this in terms of policy discrimination. I'm sure in the next few years, the entire region, the entire country will see development in different phases. And I hope and pray that we'll have peace, we'll have good health, and we'll have that unity of purpose that will hold our country together, because elections come and go, but Kenya as an entity will remain. And I want to conclude by saying this. God had a purpose. When, in the making of the nation state of the Republic of Kenya, when God brought together 43 different nations with different dialects, with different cultures, to constitute one entity called the Sovereign Republic of Kenya. And that is where today, proudly, under our president, under the flag, and our currency, we have one united country. And therefore, I want to appeal to you, let's support the government of the day. Let's support the good policies. Let's ask for development. And I hope at the end of this meeting, Your Excellency, we'll be coming up with a document that will be presenting to you as our roadmap, so that as you plan, the different ministries will also have this. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for the opportunity and for the time.